Will Camelot Unchained be released this year? Stay tuned to find out. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Swipper. And today I want to talk about the state of the game for Camelot Unchained. Now, if you missed the stream, it was about an hour long. The first half was Mark basically giving us some details about the game and the state of it. And the second half was him fielding a ton of questions. So, if you missed the stream and you want to check it out, I provided the link below. Now, let's talk about the question that I asked in this video. Will this game be released this year or be ready for this year? And the answer to that is no. And I don't think a lot of people are surprised by this because, let's face it, we're in beta 1. To get to release, we need to go through beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, and then release. It's almost the end of the year and we're still in beta 1. So I don't think a lot of people were shocked by this. All right, now that we got the bad news out of the way, let's talk about some of the good news. So starting with Linuxification. So it sounds like they are essentially done with this project. And we've been hearing about this project for so long. And it's so good to hear that they're either basically done or on the cusp of being done. All the people that have been working on this can now work on Camelot Unchained. And logically, the more people you have working on Camelot Unchained, the more progress we're going to see. So, speaking of more people working on Camelot Unchained, it sounds like they hired 3 more engineers and 4 more artists. So that is great news. That is great news because if you think about it again, this team is bigger than they were for how many years now. And we've been seeing a lot of progress. In my opinion, we've been seeing a lot of progress. I mean, they almost have all the support classes out there. And then we just have the devout. Once we have the devout, we're getting that much closer to beta 2. So overall, I'm happy with the progress I've been seeing, but I'm going to be even more happier because I think we're going to be seeing even more within the next couple months. Now, one of the other things I want to talk about is that they're adding a new scenario shortly. And they can do this because obviously they have more people working on the game, and it's going to include NPCs, and it's also going to include a world manager. So overall, this is really good news. All right, and before I go to the Q&A section, I do want to talk about one other aspect he brought up. Now, he addresses the fact that yes, this game is taking longer and that it's been delayed, and he gets it. He gets why people are pissed off. And this is the exact reason why he's not asking for more money. This is the exact reason why he has the refund policy still out there for anybody that feels like they want a refund. He understands people are pissed. He understands people are angry. And I think that's exactly why he always thanks us for our patience. If you ever watch his streams and things like that, he almost always says, thank you for your patience. We appreciate it. You know, yada, yada, all that stuff. Now, what he does say after this point is he wants to basically reassure us that, hey, like, we want to do this right. We want to make this game right. We want to put a quality product out there when this game releases. We don't want to put a game out there that's bug-ridden, that we rushed, where we cut corners, where we said we were going to do things, but we didn't promise on it. So overall, just think about it. How many games did you buy that you picked up and it was unplayable? Or it was sort of playable, but there are so many bugs that you really couldn't play it and enjoy it. And then you just spent $60. And then some companies add a whole live service subscription fee to that. I mean, that's a whole nother crap topic that we don't really need to get into. But I think when you think of the gaming industry and you think overall how transparent Camelot Unchained has been, I mean, we get an update every week. It might not be like these amazing updates that, oh my God, this is awesome, this is amazing, but at least we get updates. I mean, at least it's something. And overall, I do believe that they're doing everything in the best interest of us and not necessarily them, and how they are just going to pocket money and they're doing this for a money grab type of system. So anyway, I'll end that on that. Let's move on to the Q&A section. All right, starting with question number 1. Do you have a new game release projection for us? So this is a good question because, hell, why the heck not, right? So basically Mark says, let's talk about this early next year. they'll have a lot more things to talk about around January, February. So I kind of mentioned this earlier on in the video. So when we start talking about the release and projection, let's hope they have something for us, early next year, but we'll see what happens. All right, moving on to question number 2. Can you give us a roadmap to beta 2 without a time frame? So first, what they would like to do to get to beta 2 is improve the lighting of the game. They want to improve the crafting system. They want to improve Cube. They want to get all the classes in. So as of right now, we still need Devout and some of the support classes in there. They want to make sure crafting is great and Cube is pretty good. Not great, but good. All right, moving on to question number 3. Do you really believe you can release in 2020? Now, this was a loaded question with a big answer, so I'll try and paraphrase the best that I can. So Mark basically says, released finished? Yes. Released at full scope? I hope. We have the right number of engineers. We also have a lot going on. Can something go wrong? Of course it can. Do I think it will? No. Linux was a big time sink that took Andrew and George out of the game. Now, in the future, do we have a real technical hurdle? No, I don't think so. The cherry keep was the last big technical hurdle. Can you pull it off with the amount of NPCs and frames and everything like that? That was the question. Can we pull it off? Can we do it? And yes, they have. If you've tested this game, you've seen it. They have overcome this hurdle. Now, he doesn't think there's anything like this in the future or that he's, really aware of. Now, he also brings up, can we improve on many of these aspects? Absolutely, and he doesn't see that improving on these aspects is really going to create a huge setback. He says that he feels that in 2020 they'll be able to deliver something, whether it's the finished game or basically one of the betas. So I think he's kind of referring to beta 2 or beta 3. All right, moving on to question number 4. How launch ready are you with the current classes in the game? So I might have gotten this question wrong, but basically what they're asking is, with the classes you have in the game currently, are they basically ready for launch? So Mark basically says, heck no. We still need all the classes in, and we need all the classes to actually play against each other or with each other. We need them to interact the way they're supposed to. So since this is a rock, paper, scissors game and not a mirrored game, obviously this is going to take more time. But if you think about it again, like we've said earlier, not all the classes are even in the game yet. So once all the classes are in the game, I think it's going to be a little bit easier to say, okay, this class is too strong, we need to bring this down, or this class is too weak, we need to bring this up. So as of right now, I think it's pretty obvious that they aren't, but overall this is an awesome question because it's giving us more insight of what their thoughts are on the classes they have out there, maybe how much more balance they need and how much work they need to put into it to get them ready for launch. All right, and for the final question, how far along are the depths? And is this aiming for launch? So the depths I don't think were originally scheduled for launch, so they are not aiming for launch. They basically said that the NPCs that they're developing and all the work they're doing with NPCs definitely contributes to the depths and making the depths work and also the progress of the depths. But other than that, they didn't give us too much more information on the depths. I think this is a huge topic that more people want to know about. To me, it sounds like they've kind of been working on it here and there, but since it's not a launch criteria, or it's not going in for launch, we probably won't hear a lot about it very often. So overall, those were the 5 questions I thought were most important. There are a ton of more questions I didn't cover, and maybe more you'll find more interesting. So again, I'll always say this, definitely check out their video. All right, ladies and gents, that is going to do it for me today. A couple words before I head out. Now, overall, I thought this was a pretty good presentation. I mean, it wasn't like a real presentation. He's just, Mark was just there talking to us. But I'm glad we got the information we got. Now, some may say, well, we didn't get a whole lot. We didn't get a release date. But I mean, I don't think any of us really thought they were going to give us a release date. I mean, personally, before I watched this video, I thought we were going to get this game early next year, maybe like 4 or 5 months into next year. I thought we were going to see the release. But now that they're saying they're going to give us another, update like this in January to February, I'm thinking we'll probably see beta sometime next year, like mid to late, in my opinion, beta 2 and beta 3. And personally, I'm starting to think now this game won't release until 2021. Now, some people have told me they think 2021, especially I think a lot of the people that have been testing a lot more than I have. And I didn't want to believe them, but I'm starting to believe them now. I'm starting to believe it. So overall, my honest opinion is I'm a little upset that this game isn't coming earlier than I thought, but you know what? We've been waiting for how many years? What's another couple months? And once beta 2 hits and beta 3 hits, it's going to be like we're playing the game in a way. in a way. I mean, we'll see where the map is and all that stuff, but my understanding is when we get those next betas, we're going to have all the classes and we're going to have the map and we're going to essentially be able to play the game. All the features might not be in, but they're going to be pretty close to it. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of the video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. And of course, if you want to follow me for Camelot Unchained news and anything else that I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And again, I'm going to try and go ahead and do their news video this week as well. That's coming up on Friday. So make sure to stay tuned. Have a good one, everybody. See you later.